But yeah, as you guys know, I'm taking part in Joe R. Inferno's G-Gundam building competition as a judge, but I kind of wanted to contribute something anyways, just to be a part of something. Just to be a part of something. And even prior to his invitation for me to judge, I was kind of considering making something, although I didn't think that the thing I was making was actually going to be eligible to compete and to win anything, because I was already sort of the mindset that I wasn't going to follow the rules necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Paper Joey, as a judge, what an honor. It is an honor. It's quite, I mean, like, it means a lot, I guess, that Joe thought that I might be able to do a good job in that capacity. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it means a lot to me. So I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, Dragon Gundam, PG name is right. We've got Dragon Gundam here, although I've gone in and sort of broke it apart and turned it into more like an actual dragon, so to speak. And this is all kind of like a work in progress, of course. But this is the general sort of shape and feel that I'm going for. And to my point previously, that I didn't think that I'd be sort of eligible to compete, in the sense that I was already kind of breaking the rules. One of the rules is that the base model needs to be recognizable. And I was like, I pretty much broke up the base model and turned it into this. So it's not really all that recognizable at a certain point. I cannot in good faith argue that. It seems like PG name was able to figure out what this is for, or what this was from. But yes, we've got the basics of a dragon. Paper Joy, if you're going to break a rule, yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, if I was going to actually compete, I would submit it, but I would voluntarily ask not to be a part of the actual competition. Do you know what I mean? Just because I know that I'm just going way off base here. But when Joe invited me to judge, I was like, well, that's fine. That's fine, because I'm not competing. At that point, I can't even compete anyways, because I'm a judge. So I feel totally fine with just doing whatever I want anyways. Dragon Gundam face and shoulder arm back. Yeah, you can see there's the face of the dragon, and then there's the shoulders. These are the legs, and that's the arm. I see Vanilla's here. What's up, Vanilla? How are you doing today? Nice to see you here. I'm just sort of going over some stuff that I've been working on over the last little while. And this is primarily an off-stream project, just because a lot of the cutting and the gluing and figuring things out, I don't really like to do that on stream, because I kind of just like to kind of be in my own headspace, have a bunch of junk, as you can see here. You know, I've just got a bunch of random parts from the Dragon Gundam itself, as well as a number of 30-minute mission stuff, as you can see. Some 30-minute mission stuff. I like to just sort of look at it all and kind of play around with it, and not really have to worry about like chatting and all that. It's just a lot easier for me to, as I said, just be in my own headspace and work on that. Carmi looks great. Plus, you give more experience in scrap building with plastic. Yeah, it gives me more experience. Yeah, and like I said, this was a model that I really wasn't doing anything with, and so it was just sitting in my closet in a box. So I felt pretty okay sort of turning it into something else. So as far as what else we have to do, like, I've kind of resolved the face more or less. This long part here I might kind of reposition, because I kind of want whiskers, you know, like long whiskers, and then I added in teeth, as you can see, the teeth. And yeah, these are 30-minute missions parts to change the face. Here's the original face, by the way. You can see the difference. there's the original face, and then here's like what I've done to it, adding a lot of crapola. But yeah, even nostrils. Kind of that's what I was thinking, like a Chinese dragon. Yeah, more of a Chinese dragon than like a Western medieval kind of dragon. PG name for fun and testing purposes. Funny the Origin Zaku arms fit on the 90s kits. Oh yeah? Is that what you're doing for yourself? So the thing that we need to do next is kind of figure out something for the thighs. We got to get like thighs and legs. So we're trying to look at pieces that might be suitable. Something like this for the thigh, the upper thigh. And then we got to do some legs. But again, I'm not really thinking about going too much detail for the legs, just because whenever I look at images of like the sort of Chinese style dragon, the legs and the arms, they're not really very large, right? They're not very pronounced. Really the thing that kind of you take note of is more the elongated shape, which is what we're doing here. So yeah, just a bunch of pieces that we're playing around with, and the pose is not going to be fixed at the end of the day, or rather it will be fixed at the end of the day. I'm not really looking to include much articulation in this model because it's really going to be a static pose. And I can show you guys, this is the the Mount McNugget, which I've painted some white. We've got like a bit of transitioning from white to the dark. Panda, what up, Panda? Epo streams, yeah. What's up, Panda? Yes, I do indeed stream. How's it going, Mount McNugget? Yes, it's looking burnt now. It'll never not look like Mount McNugget, but we have to carry on. we have to continue and work on it. It'll never not look like Mount McNugget, unfortunately. But yeah, the idea is to have the dragon sort of coil around the mountain in some fashion. And yeah, that'll be it. We'll paint the dragon, and I'm looking to paint the dragon kind of like very simple, like probably black and white, you know, like with some flecks of gold, and that's about it. Like very simple paint job, I think. But that is the general idea. I'll just remember the piece Ipo worked on while he propositioned me. It was like this right here. The tip, just the tip. The tip. The tip fell off. One other thing that I'll mention as well is that I haven't really resolved how this model is actually going to be affixed to this base. I didn't get that far. That should have been something that I considered right at the start. You know, that's probably something I should have thought of. But I did pick up from the good old dollar store some wooden dowels. It was $1.50. You know, just some long wooden dowel, and we'll probably just pierce him through at some point and affixed it to the base and right up there, and we'll do that. We'll figure that out at some point. That's probably something I should figure out soon before we carry on. The other thing I'll mention, guys, is that this model I didn't really intend to be viewable from 360 degrees. I was kind of thinking that I would just simply have a single pose that could be viewable from one angle. So in that sense, I don't feel too bad about having a dowel here, like visible from the back, because I didn't really intend it to be viewable from the back. But if I can disguise it, at least in some subtle way, then we'll do that. We'll do that. And again, this is the general pose, but I'm open to changing it up ever so slightly. But yeah, that's the general idea for this.